Subs Marks. Okay, so today I'm going to cover NXT Takeover for y'all, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about my hype. We're one day away now. It's Thursday, so we get through today, and tomorrow's the day. I've been hearing a lot of hype about NXT Takeover. A lot of fans are saying that Takeover is going to be better than WrestleMania this year, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, y'all late to the motherfucking party. That was last year. I severely doubt NXT will be better than Takeover than WrestleMania this year. I really doubt it. But I mean, we'll see. As far as Takeover is concerned, there's only like 6 matches, so I got them up here. Um, Samson versus Cruz is shit. Like that's shit. I doubt it gets more than 10 minutes, maybe 15, because it's NXT, So they may get 15 or 10 minutes, but it's gonna suck. Samson's finish is a swinging neck breaker. Like, props for trying to get over a swinging neck breaker, but it's not gonna get over. You know, not in this era. Maybe an era before. I do like his gimmick, and I like Cruz, um, and I like Samson's look. I just some about him is off to me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it may be the neck breaker. I don't know. I don't like him. I think Cruz wins, and I think it's over in 10 minutes, and I think I'm going to end up rating it like a 2. Um, what's real? American Alpha versus the Revival. Here's my thing about this match. A lot of fans are saying that this is going to be like match of the year candidate and whatnot. And like I'm a smart mark, you know what I mean? And I hate to say that because it makes me look like a fucking doofus. But I'm a smart mark, I watched New Japan, I watched Pro Wrestling Noah when it was hot, I watched Dragon Gate, I watch all sorts of shit, you know what I mean? For this match to be good, I need more from Jordan. I need more from Jason Jordan because every match I've ever seen of the American Alphas, fucking what's his face does all the goddamn work. Chad Gable goes in and works like 15 minutes of the match, gets the hot tag to Jordan. Jordan does a couple overhead belly to bellies and then their finisher, and that's fucking it. Like, does he have a backdrop? Does he have a German? Like, what else does fucking Jordan do? You know what I mean? Like, give him something else. You know what I mean? Like, he has like a takedown. I really haven't seen him do much else. A couple clotheslines. You know what I mean? Snap suplex here and there, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like he's not fleshed out enough as a character, as a in-ring personality to really do stuff. I feel Chad Gable is. I think Chad Gable can impress. But I need to see more from Jordan. If they try to go for the hot tag spot in a situation like this, when it's a title match on a pay-per-view, then I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to rate it probably like a 3 because I imagine they're going to do the hot tag spot because the Revival's this big heel team and the what's their names? American Alpha are this big babyface team, so they're going to do the hot tag spot. I would prefer that they do the hot tag spot and then they get some heat on the Revival and work one of them over, and then they get another hot tag spot, and then all hell breaks loose and they go through for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of just big spot after big spot after big spot. That's a good tag team match. That's something I would rate a 4.5 or a 5. You know what I mean? Where it's back and forth instead of just one guy completely having control, one team completely having control, hot tag, finisher, finish. Like, I need a little more than that. Watch Kenta and Taiji Ishimori versus Noimichi Murafuchi and Kota Ibushi to get what I'm saying. Or like any of the Dragon Gate 6-man matches, you know what I mean? Like, and I hear you saying, oh, well, that's just, you just like little guys or whatever. No, watch fucking Holy Demon Army versus Masao Kobashi. You know what I mean? Matches don't have to be fucking hot tag finisher over. Like, that's not something I really enjoy in tag team matches. So personally, no. American Alpha versus what the fuck is their name? The Revival. That's not going to be a match of the year candidate. It's going to be good. I'm not going to say it's not going to be good. It's going to be good. It's probably going to be about 3 stars, but it's not going to be this match of the year candidate amazing match. It's going to be good, but it's not going to be amazing. Austin Aries versus Corbin. That's another one. Maybe I'll get 15 minutes. I'll probably end up rating it like a 3 3.5. I love Aries. I've been watching Aries since ROH back in the day. Excuse me. I think Aries can go. His suicide dive is one of the best I've ever seen. Um, like just the way he moves in the ring, he's very fluid, but at the same time he's not. He's definitely a one of a kind talent. I think Baron Corbin is so much better than he was this time last year. As far as the revival match, I didn't give my prediction for who's gonna win because I don't give a shit. I think the revival wins. I want the revival to win, is what I should say, because I'm not sure. That's a toss up, but I think the revival should win, and I want them to win. As far as Corbin and what's his name? Aries? Yeah, my bad. Austin Aries. He's the shit. Um, it's Aries' debut match, so I can see Aries winning. Like, that's the obvious thing to do. But Corbin has been losing to so many goddamn indie guys, and it kind of doesn't make sense that you're trying to build him up as this monster indie. Oh, I hate indie guys, and then he's just jobbing to all the fucking indie guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, it kind of doesn't make sense. So I could see Corbin winning. Like I said, he's gotten way better. Um, it's a toss up. I want Aries to win. I want Aries to win. I'm going to say that I want Aries to win. But with that said, I think Corbin wins. I think Corbin. I think it's time they pull the trigger on Corbin and have him start winning. The guy's good, and his gimmick would make no fucking sense if he just loses to every fucking indie that comes up. It's like, well, why are you bitching? You're always losing. You know what I mean? It's not a good heel tactic. You know. I think if he's going to be like, I hate all the indies, I'm going to take them out. Well, he has to start taking some of them out. He has to start making some of them lose. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So I think it's about time that they let Corbin win one. Now for the actual, I think that's the whole card so far. If I missed the match, that means I don't give a fuck about it. I guess. The actual match of the year contenders. Asuka Bailey's going to be really good. Like really, really good. 25 to 30 minutes. If it gets anything less than a 4.25, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. I think they can easily get a 4.5, 4.75, maybe even a 5 if they really put it on. They can really do some amazing things together. I think Asuka versus Bailey is going to be great match of the year contender. Joe versus Finn Balor is going to be great. Joe just went an hour with Sami Zayn a little while ago, and Balor's been great the whole year. I think Joe wins, and I think this can also be a match of the year contender. I expect it to be about a 4, maybe a 4.25. I'm not sure if it'll get higher than that. It really depends on how they work the match, but I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be really stiff. It'll be really hard hitting, and I think it'll definitely be at least a 4. Asuka versus Bailey. I think Asuka wins. Yeah, I think Asuka wins. There's not too many women in the NXT roster right now, and I think it's Bailey's time to get called up. So with Bailey getting called up, you put the belt on Asuka, and now you have all these interesting matches with Asuka, and that makes NXT interesting again, because now you're like, well, who's Asuka gonna face this week or whatever the fuck. So I think Asuka wins. And then what is honestly, and what motherfuckers don't know, and like it kind of upsets me as a smart mark, but what will probably steal the weekend and what is probably match of the year candidate, almost without question, Sami Zayn versus Nakamura. Those guys are going to put it on. I had the pleasure of watching Sami Zayn as El Generico versus Kota Ibushi here in Chicago in an ROH show, and they put it on. And Zayn has not lost a step since then. I watched Nakamura in Wrestle Kingdom 10 earlier this year, and he is as good as he's ever been. You get both of them in a show where Nakamura is trying to debut and prove how good he is, and you got Zayn's farewell where he's going to be going to the main show and he's trying to show how good Nakamura is as well as make himself look good for when he gets to the main event, and you got a weekend stealer, man. Nakamura and Zayn are going to steal the weekend. They may possibly steal the year, and I know a lot of you guys are like, there's no build to this match, blah blah blah. Suck my fucking dick. When the match is over, this will be your jaw, And you will look at your buddy, whoever's sitting next to you, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever the fuck, and you're gonna be, that was the best match I've ever seen. And then you're gonna fucking love Nakamura for the rest of the year or whatever the fuck. They're going to steal the weekend. Nakamura and Zayn are going to steal the weekend. I am not lying to you. If I were to bet money, if I was a betting man, and I looked at this weekend and I said, what's going to be the best match from bell to bell? Not what's going to have the craziest spot, not what's going to make your heart skip, but what's just going to be the best match from bell to bell is going to be Zayn versus Nakamura. That's the match of the weekend. They're going to blow everybody's mind away. Like, I don't think I'm ready. And I've watched Sami Zayn since he was a generico. I've watched Nakamura since he was an MMA guy and his finisher was a shining triangle. Like, I've been watching these guys. And this match is, like, your mind is going to explode. My mind is going to explode. I imagine there's going to be plenty of near falls, and it is just going to be amazing. I cannot wait for tomorrow because of Nakamura versus Zayn. Don't get me wrong, Asuka versus Bayley can be a match of the year as well. Joe versus Finn could be a match of the year as well. AJ versus Chris Jericho could be match of the year as well. But most likely, the American match of the year, because I don't want to count New Japan. I'll talk about that a little bit in a while. And Pro Wrestling Know and all that stuff. I'll talk about that in a bit. But the match for here in America, if I were a big man and I was, well, what's going to be match of the year? It's going to be Nakamura versus Zayn. Nakamura is that good. He has a lot of talent to work with down in NXT. Nakamura versus Joe is like a dream match for the last 10 years. That would, like, I don't even know if I want to see that because they would hit each other so damn hard. But that would be a great match as well. Hideo Itami's rumored to be coming back. I cannot wait. I hope, like, I've been a big fan of Kenta. His name used to be Kenta since like 2004, 2005. So I'm sold. If Kenta shows up, like, I'm there. But Nakamura's great. There isn't anybody he can't work with. If you haven't watched his match versus AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom earlier this year, you should definitely check it out because that is a match of the year candidate for sure. It's going to be hard to top that one. And Okada versus Tanahashi, because they did the WrestleMania 17 thing, you know, where they stole each other's finishers and all that stuff. And I mean, that's a great match. Like that's the apex of wrestling stories and matches as far as I'm concerned. I mean, unless you want to talk like Flair and going an hour and stuff, doing a Broadway. Other than doing Broadways, that's what they call it for some reason. I don't fucking know. I heard Flair say it once. I don't know. other than doing that, the WrestleMania 17 where you steal each other's finishers is like the biggest thing you can do. And Tanahashi and Okada did it earlier this year. I think it's going to be tough to beat that. I think Ishii and Roderick Strong had a really great match earlier this year. I stayed up to watch it. It was really good. But the personal match that I don't think will be beat. Like, I just said Nakamura and AJ will be hard to beat. I just said Tanahashi and Okada is hard to beat. And those matches are hard to beat. But Ishii versus Shibata from Wrestle Kingdom 10 will not be beat. That is the match of the year. I severely doubt anything can top that. And I suggest you don't watch it because it's ugly. Like, they start headbutting each other at the end, and it's honestly sickening. But that is probably the match of the year in my book. Matches I think can come close this weekend: Zayn Nakamura, Joe Balor, Asuka, Bayley. I think Shane versus Taker will make the best memory for the moment. Like, there's going to be a moment when you're like, oh my god, but it won't be the match of the year. From bell to bell, it won't be as good. Jericho AJ has a lot of potential. The ladder match is going to be a spot fest. Everybody's hyped up about the ladder match. It's not going to be that good. It's going to be a fucking spot fest. I don't think it'll be that great. I mean, I'll enjoy it, but match of the year candidate, I don't think so. What else is happening at Mania this year? Brock versus Ambrose has potential, and Brock's going to win. If you don't think Brock's going to win, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm pretty sure Brock's going to win. We're coming up on 15 minutes here. I think Roman versus Triple H could be good. I think everybody's underselling it because of blind hatred. I think it could be good. I think it could be really good. 4 stars or something. Be for victory. WrestleMania!